And there goes the dog. All right, we're live, and it's just mass chaos. So, hey, everybody, welcome. It is the new year 2024. Nice to see you guys all up in the chat there. Gil, thanks for being here. Uncle Al, thanks for jumping in. And Gil, I'm so sorry I missed you last night. I didn't get that message until a little bit later. I was working on a project, or I would have jumped on with you. So looking forward to coming on with you in the next couple of weeks. P Squared, nice to see you here. And yeah, so doing something a little different tonight, streaming also to LinkedIn. So let's see, let me jump over there. And, oh, you know what? I forgot I have one other location I need to be at. And let's see, edit, there. And save. Okay. There we go. Bentley decides he needs to scratch himself. Happy Mac, thanks for jumping in. All right. What are you guys doing? What did you do for the new year? What was your, so we're here today to talk about resolutions. And, you know, I'm always curious, what do you do? Do you go into the end of the year just completely sideways? You know, a lot of people end up going sideways by the end of the year because they're like, well, to heck with it. Hey, Kathleen Moran, thanks for being here. Yeah, so they just go sideways and they're like, screw it. Haven't taken care of my health all year, so why bother now? I'll do it at the beginning of the year. Was that you? Was that someone you know? Or did you take care of yourself through the holidays? Hey, Bill, welcome in. Thanks for being here. I feel like it's been forever. We missed 2 straight weeks because of Christmas and New Year's. And then I don't even know, it feels like it's been a long time since I've been on live. So I missed you guys. Let's see, 1, 2, looking at the calendar. And, oh wait, I'm going back into November. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we only missed 2 weeks, but doesn't it feels like forever, doesn't it? Hey, CR, how are you? Nice to see you in here. All right. Hey, big win for Michigan Wolverines. So go blue. So I decided I would wear my Michigan shirt, winning the Rose Bowl and going to the national championship. So big win for Michigan. And yes, that is my alma mater. So I'm not just a fan, I'm also an alum. So that's super exciting. Happy Max says, I'm trying very hard not to be so harsh and give up progress, not perfection. Yes, I think you made that comment on another one of my videos. And that's what or a post that I made, I think. And I said, yeah, progress, not perfection. You know, one of the things that I like to really impress upon you is that it is progress, not perfection. And if you go 3 steps forward and 1 step back, guess what? You've still gone 2 steps forward. That's forward movement. It's positive motion. And everybody falls off the track. So it's really, really easy to get down on yourself and think that you're a failure. And what you need to do is, you know, pat yourself on the back. Hey, you took 2 steps forward or 3 steps forward and 1 step back. Who cares? Life is about getting back up and moving forward again. So, Gil says, what is a resolution in each person's mind that has a big impact on whether they are good or bad? That's an interesting statement. So it is about mindset. And so are resolutions good? Are they bad? It's all relative, isn't it? And when you think about resolutions, does it give you anxiety? Some people just will, you know, they think about making a resolution and they get anxiety over it. And so they won't do anything, so instead of doing something, they just go, no, I'm not going to do it. I'll never stick to it. I'm going to fail anyway. And you beat yourself up over it and don't end up doing anything. And then you stay in that same place. You literally just, it's like Groundhog Day over and over again. So instead of moving forward to do something better for yourself, you just decide you're not going to do anything at all. And that's not a great mindset either. Um, let's see. Jen says, went to the end of the year full force, then vacation mode, traveling for 3 weeks, and now she's back at it. So, yeah, going to be an incredible year ahead. It sure is. Well, how are you guys feeling about 2024? I feel like, boy, 2022 and 2023 were like very weird years. Yes, go Blue P squared. Yes. Yeah, I'm feeling, I was having this conversation with some girlfriends. We do an accountability call every Friday, and we get on a Zoom call, and we're all chiropractors, and we all get in there and we talk about business, and we talk about growth. We talk about where we're going, where we want to go, what we're struggling with, what challenges we're having, what we're working on. So I had made the realization that in just the past year and a half, almost 2 years, I had actually, so let's just say, yeah, within the last year and a half, I dropped 2 anchors in my life. Now there's anchors, there's good anchors and bad anchors. So there are good anchors, the things that connect you to the good things in life for you, success, personally, professionally, spiritually. Maybe that's maybe that's a piece of jewelry, or maybe it's a piece of art, or it doesn't necessarily have to be something physical, but it's usually some kind of like reminder for you that you're anchoring in the positive things in your life. Maybe it's, maybe you get yourself a new fitness watch or something, and that's going to help you continue. Every time you look at that watch, that's your reminder, that's your anchor to do something good for yourself. So those are good anchors. Then there are anchors that are bad anchors, and we don't necessarily know that they're in our lives. So I've gotten rid of 2 huge anchors in my life, and really took some realization to recognize that they were anchors. They were holding me back. They were drowning me, personally, professionally. They were not good for me. They were not healthy for me, and I'm free of them. And it's that feeling. So thinking about, for you, what is in your life that you kind of know in your heart, in the back of your head, but sometimes you're just afraid to move beyond whatever that anchor that's going to sink you is. And so if we start to really think about what are the anchors that hold us back, what can we anchor in to that's going to move us forward? What can we anchor in that's going to be a reminder? We thank you, kidney stones, Gil. We need to do some work is what we need to do. Can't be having kidney stones. So think about your anchors. And this is what'll help you move forward. This is what helps you commit to what you need to help to help yourself move forward, to accomplish your goals, to continue to grow. I had somebody say to me, this was years ago, when is enough enough? And I said, what does that even mean? Because I'm always striving for more. I'm always striving to be better. I'm always striving for something new. I'm always learning. And it's never enough, right? So expressing gratitude with where you're at right now is so important. You do have to know that where you're at is exactly where you're supposed to be, because it will be the only way that you're going to be able to move to the next step. So looking at when is enough, if you are constantly striving to be a better human, to be nicer, to be, I was listening to a podcast this morning, and this very high level business coaches on leadership. And he said, just every day, go out and compliment 5 people. And he was saying, he said, you'd be surprised at how hard it is. And I thought to myself, wow, do I do that? Do I, can I do that? Can I do it and stay consistent? And can I commit to that? So kindness, that's one of my checklists is being more aware of being kind, also being very aware when someone takes advantage of me. Those are two of my big lessons. I'd like to know, what are the big lessons that you guys have learned this past year that you really want to start to drop from your life, that you want to move past. And CR says, just doing stuff no matter what the day of the year is. 100%. That is the truth. And that's how we need to be thinking about our lives, is that we're going to go in. So, I think it was the post that I posted, CR, that, or I think it was Happy Mac that said progress, not perfection. I can't remember. It was one of you guys. I can't remember. Maybe both of you. But I posted it, and it was something like 40 some percent of people stop the resolutions after a week. A week. I mean, anybody can do anything for a week, but it's like after a week, what is it that you've given up on yourself so badly that you can't continue past 1 week? You can get past a week. I promise you can get past a week if you want something more for yourself. So what anchors have been holding you back? And what can you anchor in to the future? So, is there something that you really want to achieve, something you really want to accomplish? I do like reward anchors. So I have a watch that I purchased as a reward anchor. And then I have another watch. Can you tell I like watches? So I was actually going to purchase this watch as a reward anchor. And I went into Shinola in Detroit, and it's a watchmaker here in Detroit. So based in Detroit. And I was with Dr. Erica Peabody, who you guys know from Chiropractic is Sexy. And it was on sale, and it was beautiful. And it was like on a lot of sale. And I said, well, I got to set it as my goal. She goes, how about you just buy it to remind yourself of all the shit you've been through in the past year and a half? And I went, okay. So I did. And you know what it does for me? I actually, so I lost my watch I had a really nice watch that I lost in Sedona back in September, August or September. Really bummed me out. I mean, I had this watch for 20 years. It was so beautiful. And I lost it. And I know exactly where I put it, but it wasn't exactly where I put it. So I don't know if it got stolen or whatever. Either way, someone has my beautiful watch. So I needed another watch, and I was going to, so I was going to make it a reward. And then when she said that, I said, okay, so now I wear it. Now I've got my watch back. My wrist feels normal again. But now when I wear that and I look at it, I get a whole different feeling like, yes, you got this. I just crushed so much, meaning for myself, for everyone around me, was able to just have massive, massive growth over the past year and a half, based on eliminating anchors. So eliminating the bad anchors, bringing in the good anchors. So where are you guys? Jen says, order my new day planner, 366 day wall calendar. Super excited for 20. Yeah. Mine will be at the office tomorrow or Tuesday, I think. So, yeah. So do you know what state you're going to? Yeah. Well, let us know where you're going to be at. Yeah. So I got a big wall calendar coming. And yes, 2024 is going to be fantastic. Yes. So I'm looking forward to it. What are you looking forward to? And let me know. So what have you done? What are you looking forward to? Hey, Laura, how are you? Welcome in. I didn't see you jump in there. Uncle Al says, I keep it simple, lose weight, win the lotto. Work. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Bentley has to go outside. I'll be right back. Okay. Yes, I like that. I like that. Maybe you could come on and tell us all how you're going to win the lotto and help us jump in there with you. All right, Laura, nice to see you here. I know, right? I like how we squeezed in. Gonna win the lottery in there. Yeah. So first of all, I want to know, did you set resolutions? Do you set resolutions? And if you don't, why not? And if you do, what's your intention to stick with it? So this is something that I've been talking about, Dr. Eric and I have been talking about for the past several weeks as we came into this, because tomorrow is the first reset Monday of the year. And guess what that means? That means that for the 42% of people who fail their resolutions within the first week, I'm going to be on live talking about resetting that goal and helping you to get back on track so you can accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. Is it a physical goal? Is it do you want to, like I said, if you go out and compliment 5 people, right? Do you want to spread kindness? Do you want to have a financial goal? Do you have a relationship goal? What is that for you? And what does it look like? And how are you going to get there? Because you can't get there by not taking the steps required. You have to do the work. Nothing is easy. And if it were, everybody would be doing it, right? P Squared says, I'd say I threw out a few bad anchors, but I cut off the chains first. Yeah. Yes, cut the chains. Those anchors become heavy. We don't realize we're carrying them around. And we make excuses for these anchors in our lives and we convince ourselves that they're good for us, and or that we can, you start to manage your life around things, and you make excuses. You convince yourself that things are good. And so that is one of my intentions. I'm not even going to call it a resolution, but I already started this process a few months ago where my intention is to be very aware of good people in my life, hyper aware of good people in my life, and also be hyper aware if someone attempts to steal my joy, if someone attempts to, if you're just rude to me, that's not going to work for me. I'm typically the person that is a little more passive aggressive. I will walk away. I won't say anything. That's not been my case the last few months. So I've peeled back a couple of layers. Kenny says, my resolution is to stop with unrealistic expectations, not of myself, but of others. Thus, I need to weed my feel of puckery. Yes. So unrealistic. This is, that's a great comment, Kenny. And what I like about that, and this was coming up a lot over the holidays, and what, thanks, CR. That's number 1. It's your first one for the day. I appreciate you so much. You are so kind, CR, and I appreciate you being here. There's my one too. It was heartfelt though. So unrealistic expectations, that was really high during the holidays, where people, you had to go and spend time with people that you weren't sure you even liked, family or no family. People were, thanks, Uncle Al, we're here. Appreciate you listening. Yes. So unrealistic expectations of others. So you go into a family event. This happened to me. And I went in thinking I didn't have expectations, and apparently my expectations were up, but also my guard was up. And part of that is that you have expectations, right? There's someone that I know that's usually pretty rude to me whenever I see them. I usually just turn and walk away because we're in a common group of people, and I usually just let it roll off my back. And I just didn't. And I'm just going to say it got ugly. So yeah, the not having unrealistic expectations of others, I guess if you're a jerk, I'm just going to go in like, you're just a jerk. So I'm not even going to respond next time. So that's kind of how I think this is it's a great topic. So, because it goes beyond I want to lose 20 pounds, right? Or I'm going to start going to the gym. Everybody wants to go to the gym, which oddly enough, the gym has not been very busy this year so far. Where have you been is what I want to know. So, yes, Miss Paula, it takes 21 days to form a habit. At least that's what they say. And then again, if you go 3 steps forward and 1 step back, you still have the opportunity to continue on. So, see you, Dr. Jen. Thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. Happy New Year, and we'll see you soon. Yes. Oh my gosh, the Shinola watches. They're crazy. And the fact that they're made right here, it represents Detroit, it represents my hometown. It's a great, great anchor for me. So, hi Homestead, thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Um, so one of the things that I know, yeah, yes, yeah, I am too. She's not good for, no, she's great for me. Yeah, for sure. The Wickersham Project. Thanks. Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. Lurk away, my friend. Lurk away. Appreciate that. And that is so true, right? So yeah. Yeah, you don't have to do much. Let's see. Hi Homestead said, hi, Billy. Where is Billy? I didn't see him jump in here. Or is it Bill? Oh, Billy, never mind. There's Bill. Okay. Billy's another friend, so I thought he was here as well. And so, yes, here's Bill. To continue to eat healthy, keep a positive mental attitude, and be thankful for all I have. And those are basics, right? And think about those are really, really powerful, easy things to do. Powerful, keeping a positive mental attitude. If you have the opportunity to be like miserable or happy, like it's not fun being miserable. And you know who the only person who's miserable is you. I mean, everybody else around you, like they really don't care. They're just going to go on and you're going to be mad and holding whatever grudge. So yeah, keep a positive mental attitude. Let things roll off your back. Hey Prepper 101, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. P squared says, I get that. I can walk away only so many times. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And so I think that's the fine line of your expectations of other people, your expectations of yourself. You can have expectations of yourself because you can control that, right? You can control what you're going to be doing. You can control your choices. You can control how you move forward, how you commit to yourself. And one of the things that I want to encourage you to do in order to get to where you want to be is there's a couple of ways I want to say this. I take a little bit of a different approach than David Goggins. And if you don't know who David Goggins is, then you may be living under a rock. But you have to go watch the David Goggins, Andrew Huberman, let me go grab that podcast. And David Goggins is, he's been through all the shit. He, abuse growing up. He was, what did he say? He was over 300 pounds. He was just, he had learning disabilities. Let me pull this up. David Goggins, Andrew Huberman. And so when these two got together and did it has 2.6 million views. David Goggins will absolutely inspire you. I'm going to get this here and drop this link in here. So, you have to watch him. And he says in the interview, because he talks about how when he committed, so he's a Navy SEAL, right? He went from 300 pounds to, and giving up on life to training so hard he became a Navy SEAL. He says people look at him and think it comes easy, but when you hear his story, like he's got to work for it and he's got to work harder than anybody he knows because he has all of these challenges and like you say, these mental disabilities. Hold on, dog. So he says, somewhere in the beginning of the interview, he says, I don't, he's talking about how he gets through his challenges. And then he says, I don't feel bad for people. I don't feel bad for him at all. Making excuses for yourself. I don't feel bad for anybody. Get up, do the work. And he just, he's just he's intense the way he does it, but he feels that he has to because he feels very under doesn't come easy for him. Okay. So for you, think about it. What is it that you can do for yourself that you're just continuing to make an excuse? If you can take one thing and make a decision that you're going to make a change. Maybe you want to, go compliment 5 people a day. Maybe you want to do that. Well, you better be journaling that, right? You better be writing it down. You better have a sticky note on your mirror to remind you to do that, because you will forget. Another way to do that is have an accountability person. Accountability is huge, where if you're going to commit to something, you want to go to the gym again, hire a trainer, hire somebody to take you through that workout. And it's not even so much take you through the workout. It's to be there. It's so you won't blow it off, right? I've told you guys before that I have a trainer. I've been working with her for over 2 years now. We're going on 3 years. Every Wednesday, Friday, I'm at the gym with her. I used to be a trainer. I was a certified trainer. I taught fitness classes, aerobics. I mean, I did all that. I know what to do in the gym. She's my accountability. That's the only reason and she takes me through, really great workouts too. But, not to say that she doesn't have value. She brings a lot of value to the table. But I do it for the accountability, and I'd still go. I'd still show up. But there's some days when, it's raining, it's cold, I don't really feel like going. I might can talk myself out of going. So do something that allows you to have an accountability. Wickershire says, we are super consumer type society and very social animal. It's easy to be persuaded without the armor of knowledge. Boy, that is a statement for the past 2 years, isn't it? Right? Some people thrive on misery. They're not happy unless they're miserable, and they make right. Yeah. But then at the end of the day, you get to walk away. I'll say this story. My good friend of mine was visiting her in-laws, and they were on vacation for a week with the whole family, all the grandkids and everything. And her mother-in-law is a miserable human. Didn't smile once, didn't engage with the grandkids, complained about everything. And they didn't let it ruin their time, right? But the whole prepper. Oh my God. Speaking of mother-in-laws, speaking of miserable mother-in-laws, oh my gosh. I hope she's not in earshot of that. Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, they make people around them miserable, but you have the choice to not be miserable. And at the end of the day, they go home and miserable. And she showed me pictures of her, and her face she looks skeletal. Like she doesn't smile, and you can see that her skin is like falling off, and her face is permanently frowned. Nobody wants to be like that. Smile, have joy in your life, spread joy. Gil says, I'm videoing my daily morning workouts on Gray Man Prepping. I got a sauerkraut crock to make my own probiotic sauerkraut. I love that. Did you record that? Because I want to see the sauerkraut video. We need to drop your link in here, Gil, for anybody who is not on here. Let's see. And you know what? I'll let you go do it so I can continue talking. But drop your link in here. Drop those links in here so people can watch that. Because that's inspiring, right? So you've got somebody right here who's videoing daily morning workouts. So go follow that. When you watch people do, be active, it's really pretty inspiring, and it'll get you up and get you moving. My hope for everybody is to get up and get moving a little bit more. Um, Kenny's living under a rock. It's a pet rock. Um, Keep your enemies closer for sure. Makes picking their pockets. That's really good. That's really good for sure. Yeah. Yeah. It does take some patience, doesn't it? Um, yes. So let me see. Oh gosh, I'm way back in the chat. Hey, Grow Big, how are you? Let me scroll down here. She said, if you don't know who this guy is, you must be living on. Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. He was roof. Okay. So yeah, go watch him because yeah, everybody needs to know who David Goggins and Andrew Huberman are. And so you were 1 day old when you learned about that. That's so funny. Yeah, that's great, Gil. When did you start taking videos? When did you start doing that? I love it. And are you doing it every single day? Yeah. Yeah, 100% on the misery. Yeah. So, and that too is where I had people in my chat early on, would come in and try to be like a little bit anti what I was saying. Not they were subscribers, but they were just sort of like negative Nancy's or Debbie Downers, whatever you want to call them. And I have to say, I don't see them around very much because you guys in this chat are, everybody who comes in here is just a truly happy person. And that's one of my, I feel like it's one of my superpowers is I like to just attract happy, healthy people around me and improve your level of health because the healthier you are, the happier you can be as well. So one of my resolutions is organization. It's okay so far. The more I accomplish, the more motivated I am. I love that. Because of the way the holidays fell, I wasn't in the office as much. And that's what I did. I got into one of my spare room. I don't have storage in my house. I don't have a basement. So my spare room is just a catch-all. I got in there, I cleaned so much stuff out and I got a lot done and a lot thrown away and a lot organized, but then there's like there's a little desk and then 2 more shelving units in there. So the good thing about that was I got the big stuff done and now I can go in there and just do the desk and then just do the shelving unit. And then I can go, like I've been going into like the silverware drawer, right? Or the drawer that has like the spatulas and your tongs and your ladles, that drawer that something always gets caught, that the ladle always seems to get flipped up in a way that you can't close that drawer because there's so much junk in there. So yeah, organization is huge. And what that does is when you have clutter in your physical environment, it actually causes clutter in your mental space. So one of the reasons that I was inspired to get in there and do that is because I had a lot of things that I needed to get planned for this year and I could not do it. My mental clutter, I just kept being distracted by the physical clutter. So once I did that, I was like, now there's still more to do. I've lived in this house for 22 years and there's still a lot more to do, but I'm staging everything. And each week I'm going in and doing a little bit more and a little bit more. So I think decluttering is one of the healthiest things that we can do. And getting started is one of the hardest parts. And, I was talking to a patient about this the other day and talking about how when you do those projects, it's like, okay, an hour into it, you look back and you're like, oh my God, a bomb went off. Like it's 100 times worse than when you started. But it always gets worse before it gets better. And this is such a metaphor for all the other things in our lives is that it's not going to look pretty. We just need to continue to move forward. And that as you start to clean and throw things away and coordinate and organize and file and stack and, whatever you need to do, it always gets better. But think about that as a metaphor for life. It will get worse before it gets better. And you just have to keep going forward. So Yeah, appreciate that. Hey, Uncle Al is back. Shawnee Shave. Is that how you say that? Shave, Scav, Shave. Appreciate you being here. I'm just going to say Shawnee. Thanks for being here, Shawnee. Appreciate you. Um, and yes, bless us all in failure of. Yeah. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, happy Mac. Today years old, not yet a day old. Yeah. Well, yeah, you have to go watch it, right? Uncle Al says, I make my 2023 resolutions, make people smile and happy, plus stopping punching people. And okay. Well, if you have if you won the lottery, you're all good then too, right? Listening to more happy music. Some music that you can listen to, which is really good, is and professional country. That's great. It's called binaural beats. Here, let me drop this in the chat. Binaural beats. And you can you can just look that up on YouTube. And yes, Uncle Al, thank you for telling everybody to hit the like button. Yes, hit the like button. I appreciate it. We're almost to 1,000. You're almost to 1,000. We're almost to 1,000. I have that drawer. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by what I said about the drawer. And no, they're not in the spare room. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. You're going to get Kenny all fired up on that. Okay. Watch the replay. There you go. So, where was I go? Oh, binaural beats. Here we go. Okay. I saw a squirrel. So binaural beats, it's a specific wavelength of music that helps your brain waves. So whether you want to be creative, whether you want to sleep, whether you need to relax, there's different types. I've actually, some of them are, if you just type binaural beats, you'll get like really slow. When I sit and I have to think and I'm creating and I'm working on projects, that's too slow for me. So I will actually put in upbeat binaural beats, or something like that. And I get something with a little bit more upbeat, but it sits in the background. It's really, it's all instrumental, but it sits in the background. And so you don't really hear it, but you hear it. You're not, it's not going to make you like want to sing to it or anything like that, but it just helps stimulate your brainwaves so that you can be more creative or do the things that you want to do. It's really, really helpful when you've had like a busy, stressful day and you need to just quiet it down. Or maybe you want to go read a book, but your brain is still, kind of going nuts from the day. You can put that on and read your book. That'll actually help you to focus on the book. Wickershire says, decluttering is epic. Minimalist living is very freeing aspect. You can actually find things. I know. I was looking for a stack of sticky notes and I almost went to buy some. And then when I cleaned out my spare room, I found a brand new pack like that. I was like, oh, good. I don't have to go spend money on that now. And I'd like to get to the minimalist level, but I'm still not there yet. Still working on it. I have 20 hatchets in the spare room. Nobody better be breaking into Uncle Al's house. I'd be scared. I've won $1 million via the lottery without proper education and passive income. You may as well make a bonfire of it all. Are you for real? Oh my gosh. I hope you had some guidance on that. That is insane. And that's so true, right? So your habits set the stage for everything you do, right? So how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so, if you are constantly, if money's a struggle, if, you're living paycheck to paycheck, if like you have to start thinking about financially, where's the financial situation that you're in? And if you win the lottery, it doesn't change the mindset. It's like the weight loss drugs, right? We'll be talking about that next week, by the way, is you can get somebody to lose weight, or like when you do stomach surgery for weight loss, people do this and then they gain the weight back. Why? Because they have not changed the behaviors around food. And it's the same thing with money. People have behaviors around money that will keep you poor. It will keep you broke. So you have to start looking, taking that microscope and going, what is it that I need to be doing to help improve my mindset around money or food or relationships? But it's really, really important that you pay attention to that. Um, Kenny says, make a playlist of songs you can listen to. Yes, I know that those are fun just to like clean the house to and do things that don't require my thinking. Zero guidance. Oh my gosh, that is heartbreaking. Are you just like, yeah, wishing you had the guidance, right? It's so hindsight is 2020. Hindsight's a million. Shoot. Yeah, yeah, here we go. Here's Johnny. Let's see. Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. What deal did you make with the Lotto gods? Because I can't get them to agree with me. That's so funny. I know. None of us really, right? Yeah. So what are you going to do? So what, don't, first of all, I hope that no one on here is the 42%, and I'm misquoting those numbers. I should go look up the actual post. But I hope no one on here is part of the, almost half of the people, we'll do it that way, that fail within the first week. And then, 90 some percent fail. I'm going to the post here, fail within the, by the end of January. So let's see. So 38% of people make New Year's resolutions each year. 81% fail by February. 23% is the number of people who quit their resolutions by the end of the first week. So it was a lower number than I thought, but that's still a pretty big number. But 100% of successful people will begin again every day. And so which one are you? Are you going to be that successful person that will start again? And that's why we... That's why we do Reset Monday. So Reset Monday, and of course I'm talking about staying on track here on this Sunday Night Live because it is timely. I haven't seen you guys in a couple of weeks, so I want to make sure that I was here coming in talking about your resolutions and what it is that you're going to need to move forward with your life and be able to do it with great health. Being healthy is a birthright. And when people are unhealthy, and I was on a rant this morning, I think. I've been on a few rants over the holidays. But when people complain about their health and then continue to do things that are just so blatantly damaging to their health, but then they continue to complain. And I don't know why I'm sick, and I don't this, and I don't know what to do, and blah, blah, blah. It really makes me mad. I mean, I just want to yell at you. I really do, right? I have some friends that, he's a pretty big guy. He's got a lot of health issues going on. And they had reached out to me and asked if I would help, with their labs and, read their labs, what's going on. Can you help us? Blah, blah, blah. Because with functional medicine, they wanted to do some holistic things. And I said, yeah, absolutely. So then we had all gotten together and, it's been in and out of the hospital. And so then we all get together and he's eating like the food, burgers and fries, cheese fries, puffing on a vape pen, and then going, I don't know why my health is so shitty. And I didn't even, at that point, I was like, you guys asked me for my help to help you figure out what is going on. And yet you were doing blatantly obvious things that you have to make the decision to stop putting yourself in a train wreck. For real, I am here to help anyone who wants my help. And I'm pretty positive that I can help most people. But when you are doing things and you're just like blindly, smoking, vaping, that's out, period. Like like there's nothing I can do for you if you're not willing to give up those two things, period. Okay. That is like, and if you tell me, well, it's my only vice, no, you're lying. I know you're lying. It cannot be. And that's like sugar. I know you're having more than 2 scoops of sugar in your coffee every morning. There's just certain things. I've been doing this, you guys, for 25, going on 26 years, and the patterns are crazy. So look at the obvious things and just stop. Just stop and stop making excuses for why those are the bad things you're anchored into that you need to let go of so that you can get to the good anchors, period. Uncle Al says, I keep forgetting to play the lotto on average. Oh, that's not too bad, right? I don't think that's too bad. I mean, that's like Starbucks, right? People spend. Well, I mean, think about it. $1,000 a year. It's $10. It's $20 a week, right? So it's not that bad. I mean, I wouldn't spend it, but when you think about it, though, other people spend their money in other ways, right? So Uncle Al, let's say, so he's spending $950 a year on the lottery. Maybe he doesn't go to Starbucks and spend $10 on a drink that's going to be gone in, 20 minutes. Maybe he doesn't do that, because if you start thinking about how much do you spend on frivolous things like that, we can't really judge. That's his entertainment, right? So thinking about that, like, yeah, that's not your thing. That doesn't make it a bad thing. It's just not your thing. So what are you spending your money on? I often find this too, is that when we talk about adopting healthy habits and people say it's too expensive to live healthy, I can very easily look at you at surface level and start picking out the things that you are overspending on and you don't even realize it. Processed food, canned foods, packaged foods, frozen foods. I had a family that was buying, they had 2 kids, husband and wife, 2 kids, and she was buying the Jimmy Dean egg sandwiches in a box. Those things are polluted. And she thought they were healthy, first of all, but those things are so expensive. It's not that expensive to scramble an egg and throw it on a bagel. You don't need to buy a pre-made thing like that. So those are like the small things too, right? Like, don't take the easy way out. So I could start digging in and I could probably save you a lot of money on your grocery bill. Let's see. P squared. Some of us might need to be yelled at once in a while. And to that point, P squared, I always, whenever I yell, at my clients, it's always with so much love. I really do. I take this, it's a very stern parental stance that I want something better for you, but I need you to want it more than I want it for you. But I am not the kind of doctor that is going to not tell you the truth or that's going to lie to you. And so I have lost patients over the years because I'm like, listen, I can't help you unless we get some weight off of you. What do you want me to do? I can't help you unless you stop eating fast food. I can't help you unless you start exercising. You've got to be doing your stretches, your exercises. I'm not a Hail Mary. I am here as a tool for you. I'm here as a tool for you to help improve your health. But I'm not a Hail Mary. I'm not the be all end all when you are driving your train into the mountain. I'm not that person. So I'm here to help guide you and get you to the right place. But I also have to make sure that I am being honest and telling you the truth of what you want. And then you have to want it more than me. You have to David Goggins want it. Okay. So yeah. Happy Mac. They don't know how to make a successful change. Oh, who's they? Did I miss one? Yeah. And so that's the thing too, is like, start chunking it down. So if you don't know how to make a successful change, it's okay. What is the thing that you're putting out there. And how do you chunk that down? So maybe it's, food's such an easy way to, well, let's use exercise, right? So maybe every day you walk 5 minutes. Okay, well, it's snowing. Okay, get up and do laps in your house. Get a little stair stepper and, spend 10 minutes walking up and down the steps. There's all kinds of way to get your body moving. There's also all kinds of way to start eliminating the foods and toxins in your world that are damaging, right? My top three: no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or colors. And if you just start there in your life, you will see a shift, right? And then sugar is in there too, but no artificial sweeteners, flavors, and colors. You have to get the chemicals out. Then we can talk about the sugar, increasing your protein intake, decreasing your carbohydrate intake. There is, there's just too much, we have too many chemicals in our food. And so you've got to be able to take that power back from the US government, who's putting all the crap in your body, in your food. So are we going to see you on the World Series of Poker, Uncle Al? Wickershire says, we all know processed foods are killing us. What never hurt anyone unless you tried to stop a tsunami with your hands? Processed food is cheap. Processed food is not food at all. It's amazing. And, again, like, food is food, like real food is food. So real food is, I made a meatloaf tonight for dinner, and it's 2 pounds of grass-fed beef. And I chopped up onions and garlic and mushrooms, and I mixed that in with the meat. And then I threw it into the tray, and I put on, chopped up some applewood smoked bacon, uncured bacon. And I put that on top because that helps keep it moist. And I baked it for an hour. And that's my dinner. And it's like, I do 2 pounds because now I can slice it up into chunks, and now I can just heat it up when I'm ready. And then I put purple sweet potatoes and yellow potatoes in the air fryer. And it was so good. Like, it's so easy. And that was, cost me almost nothing. So it's really easy to cook healthy. You just have to, and I get that a lot of people don't know how, but you also know that eating a Jimmy Dean, like if you're eating anything packaged and processed like that, no, you need to find a better way. $9.50 a year is $18 a week. So again, like, think about $18 a week. If people go to Starbucks every single day, I usually if I go to Starbucks, I get a drip coffee. Drip coffee, a grande drip coffee alone is like $4, $3.75. If I have an extra shot of espresso thrown in, it's like $5.50. I mean, it's crazy how expensive just drip coffee is. So people go to Starbucks every day, and then they get those big, and they're calorie laden, and they're $8, $10. So, and they do that every day. People, probably spend $50 to $100 a week on Starbucks. Yeah. So that means you're spending a lot more than that is if you're winning. Yeah. You might be crazy lucky. Yeah. Hey, Urban Gardening, how are you? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yes, that's why YouTube makes CR hungry for knowledge. YouTube is amazing. I love all the knowledge. Sometimes I feel like I just want to curl up like on the couch all day and just watch informative YouTube videos. It's amazing. One of the things that, and there's a lot of you guys in here, content creators, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get out and watch your stuff. But there are some days that go by that I don't know. I don't have a chance to watch TV. I can't tune into a video. I'm just like not on a screen. So I think, that's also one of my resolutions. One of my intentions is to at least jump on to each of your channels and on a weekly basis, just to be able to get in and share some love on your channels for sure. Because I always appreciate you being here. Happy Max says, I've tried giving up cola with all the caffeine and sugar they can stuff in it. Instead of getting bent about it, I'm making myself drink 2 liters of water no matter what. Nice. Good job. So I like these are the It's the Topo Chico. It's the Mexican mineral water uh, in a glass bottle. And then I didn't today, but I have like a high quality vinegars. Like I have a ginger peach and I have a pomegranate, and I'll throw a little splash of that in there, and it kind of tastes like soda. So that's another way to do it. Also, that's a really great way to counteract if you have heartburn. The sparkling water with a little bit of high quality vinegar in it. So, but yeah, I think it's great. That's the thing. Like you made a decision to drink water. You made that decision. That was a conscious decision. So good for you. Everybody give Happy Mac a big applause on that because it is really difficult to give up soda. Our food system is addicting, and unless you make that decision for yourself, the food industry is going to make it for you. Um, Wickershire, if it grows, walks, swims, or flies, it's edible. That's real natural for sure. Good start to a longer life. Again, water for sure. Yep. Thanks for coming in, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think they're going to be live here shortly as well. Appreciate you being here. And so if you've been watching, I've been doing videos for them every Thursday on different vegetables. Last week was rutabaga. Oh my gosh, I forgot. Was it rutabaga? No, kohlrabi. Kohlrabi kind of looks like the same thing. This week's going to be Brussels sprouts. So I had a whole bunch of those this weekend too. So yeah, let's see what else. Uncle Al would buff us a full house. Oh goodness. Yeah. We appreciate all Uncle Al's insights. So, and you know what? Talk about saying it like it is. If you're not following Uncle Al's channel, get over there, Die Bullfrog 79. Yeah, he says it like it is. There is like no nonsense over there. So I so appreciate that attitude. So food companies care about their profits. We're drawn to sugar and salt. Things in packages contain addictive additives in the worst forms. And it's crazy. And they know this too, right? It's profits over people all day long. So your tastes change. Hadn't been to McDonald's in over a year. Went over the holidays because of the grandkids. Had a little cheeseburger, couldn't finish it. Didn't taste good anymore. I used to go to McDonald's all the time when I was in high school, and I loved certain things. But then after a while, I was like, my friends wanted to go every day, and I just started feeling terrible. And I loved their McChicken sandwich. I would get extra mayonnaise on there. So I love mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip, Kenny. But I could never, I'd go hungry before I ate that. But, even, I will say this, a lot of the rest stops now, the gas stations and the rest stops, you can stop in there and they do have some decent, healthy snacks. They'll have, they'll have like uncured, sausage sticks, like what do I call them? Beef jerky. They'll have those kinds of things, nuts. So you can usually stop and get some pretty healthy stuff. And that's the thing, Bill, don't take your grandkids there. Don't subject, that's where you have to be like, no, you're with Grandpa Bill and we don't eat that garbage, right? I mean, Bill's grandkids are like, they are farming, they're out there, they're growing stuff, and they really do truly value the land and everything that they're doing. So I don't think they'd have any problem if you just said, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Shawnee says we've had to reevaluate our date night options. Instead of ordering takeout, we have to plan ahead, grab what we need at the grocery store. And you know what, Shawnee? One of the best date nights, one of my favorite date nights has always been cooking dinner, open a bottle of wine, cooking a nice dinner, listening to music, grazing on food, the connection that you have over cooking and just, I don't know, that whole vibe. I think that's a better date option, anyway, unless you have kids and then they're going to ruin it. So sorry. Yes. Yeah. Kenny's, thankfully he's always here too. Or the History Channel. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm watching, I can't stop watching The Border, How to Catch a Criminal, all about catching people on the border. I need to learn how to bake with better flours and better sugar choices. It's the best time on the planet to have all the options for ingredients. I still have a learning curve with them. Yeah. So flours, go to Whole Foods, and the flours that you can get there are, you can get einkorn. There's a couple of other ancient grains that you can get there. And the reason you want those is because they're not hybridized, and they won't cause digestive upset, or minimal. And usually people who have issues with gluten can eat the hybridized non-hybridized forms of grain. So einkorn is one of my favorites. There's another one called Himalayan Tartary buckwheat, and that is actually a naturally gluten-free flour. I've done a little bit of cooking with it, but I'm learning on that one too. Wickershire, never complain your life is miserable. Be your own boss. You decided how to live. Being accountable is hard for most. That is so true. This podcast that I listened to this morning, he talked about that, how we have such a need to be right all the time that we're constantly like, if somebody says something, you have to like one up them or tell them no, tell them they're wrong. Like we have a need to be right, and we need to be more right. We need to be better, and we need to be right. We were raised literally like to achieve and to always win. And so we want to even just win a discussion. So I think that's such great insights is, figure out how to be more accountable for your actions. And there are people who will exit your life because they want to blame you for everything. And they refuse to take any accountability for themselves. I've had people like that in my life, and they're no longer in my life. So those are the anchors. Let them go and live their own miserable life. I have a friend that would drink 2 liters. Is that supposed to say soda and 15? Oh yeah. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And then wonder why they're coffee over sofa. Now I don't know what you're trying to say. Thanks, Uncle Al, for being here. Thanks, P Squared. Appreciate you being here. The soda addiction, it's crazy. It is really crazy. Never fall for labels, contains temperature. Right. 100%. So true. It's or low sugar, right? That's always, I'm like, why is it low sugar? You know why? Because they just added more water. They just watered down your really expensive juice. So don't fall for it. Had 1 McChicken. Ugh, so gross. Yeah, probably the mayo, Kenny. There's Kenny. I'm not a one-upper. I just am. That's good. Yeah. I don't know who that is. They're coming in on Facebook. They're through the private group on Facebook. So thanks for being here. Shawnee says, I wrote a checklist to try to frame a better grocery list and meal plan: 4 proteins, 5 high fiber carbs, veggies, fruits, healthy fats, and snacks. I love it. That's really fantastic. It is really important. This is a great point, is that if you are trying to get better about your shopping, the foods that you're eating, you have to go with a list. You cannot go without a list. I'm actually putting together a workshop, a webinar that's actually going to help people shop, because to me, it comes so easy, but I understand how difficult it is for a lot of people. So look for that. Hopefully I'll have that completed in the next few weeks. So just another project I'm working on. So, Happy Mac, have to call my mom. All right. Thanks for being here, Happy Mac. I sure do appreciate it. It is 7:03. And I guess I'm so happy for you guys being here. I'm so happy to hear all the comments, the great things that you're going to be doing for yourself to stay on track. So don't forget, every Monday right here is Reset Monday. So that's 9:30 every Monday, 9:30 to 9:40. It just depends on when I get to the office and get my stuff set up. And I'm literally like always, coming in hot. But that's our opportunity to reset ourselves. So what is it you need help with? If you need help with shopping lists, like Shawnee, right? You need You need help with shopping. You need help understanding how to prepare things. You need help just with the mindset of staying on track. That's what I'm here for. One of the biggest things that I will say to you all is that, again, no artificial sweeteners, flavors, colors, but sleep. I want everyone to prioritize sleep this year, because when you sleep, you heal. And there's so much, we have so many people who are just not mentally, it's not necessarily mental illness. It's just, we're walking around like zombies. We're snapping at people. We're not thinking clearly. We're not thinking properly. And the better you can sleep, the more opportunity you'll have just to be nicer in the world. So, and then in your own life. So thanks, Laura. Appreciate you being here. And yes, set your alarm for tomorrow morning at 9:30. Yes, I'll scream at you in the Facebook message. So thanks for being here, Bill. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so we won't see you tomorrow. I gotta call you this week. We just need to catch up by phone. So I'll give you a call this week sometime. And the same soda friend has issues sleeping. Shocker, right? Just shocker. And hey, the next time, you know what, CR, you need to send them that David Goggins and Huberman interview, because then maybe they'll be like, oh, maybe I should just get my own shit together. So yes, it's always with love, Kenny, always with love. All right, you guys, I do believe Garden State Gardener is going live right now. So as we jump off of here, I may jump over there and while I eat my dinner, my meatloaf, and I will see you tomorrow at 9:30. Also, don't forget, we've got Chiropractic is Sexy every Thursday at 1:00. Me and Dr. Erica, we're doing big things with that show too. Super excited. And then I'm going to be on Gil's channel, Campanton Family Compound. I can't remember. It might be next week or the following Saturday. So I'll keep you all posted. And then, we'll see you over on Garden State Gardener and Grow Big TV. Okay, everybody, have an amazing rest of your day. Yeah, you need come on over, Kenny. Come and get some meatloaf. It's delicious. Just as long as you don't put Miracle Whip on it. Wickershire, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your engagement. I loved all of your input, and I really, really value that. So thank you. Make smart decisions, do better, do good things. Thank you. That's a great way to end this live stream. So thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon. Appreciate you all. Don't forget to share the channel, like, and subscribe. Tell others so I can get to 1,000 finally. All right. Love you all. See ya. Bye.